how can I have a pet or a dog without having a house filled with stuff? For a little dog. That's stupid. Okay. Hello in the please adjusted. I'm not really sure what this is. It's still wet. Hi guys, I'm Kara with Birdies and Roots. On my channel I talk about simple and healthy living. If those are interesting to you, please hit the subscribe button. Today we're going to talk about Minimalist Dog Essentials. Specifically, how can I have a pet or a dog without having a house filled with stuff? Now, I know a lot about dogs. In my past, I ran a dog rescue where we had tons of dogs and tons of dog stuff. So we have really pared down in recent years. I feel like I should get $1 every time I say pared down, but we have pared down. We have so much less than we used to have, and our dogs are just as happy. They get as much attention from us as they always have, and they are well loved. We currently have 2 dogs. We have an 8-year-old boxer named Bo, and we have an maybe 9-month-old Chihuahua named Lulu. If you follow me on Instagram at Birdies and Roots, then you've probably seen them. They are precious. They love each other. They are the perfect pair. We are so happy to have the 2 of them. They get along great, and they add a lot of joy to our lives. Now, I will start with the first thing that we have for each of our 2 dogs. They each have a sturdy collar. It stays on them all the time, and it's a pretty, simple thing, but yeah, that's on the list. They each have a collar. The next thing on the list that they have is they each have a leash. We actually have 2 leashes for each. We have a retractable leash and a standard 6-foot leash for both of them for different times when it's appropriate to have them on a retractable or not have them on a retractable leash. Like if we're in a hotel or we're at a place where we need them to stay close, a lot of places have a policy where, they don't allow retractable leashes. The next thing that both of my dogs have is they each have a harness. Now, I believe these are really important as far as controlling your dog. I don't want to risk my dog getting loose. So if we're going to go somewhere, or be walking for a long period of time, I prefer to have my dogs harnessed versus the leash attached to their collar. The next thing that we have for our dogs is preventatives that we get. You can talk with your vet about the types of preventatives that you want yours on, all be it natural or prescription. The next thing that we have are nail clippers. We do our dog's nails ourselves because it saves money and it saves the trauma of having to go into the vet's office. We try and do this regularly so that our dogs stay used to it. I have tiny little clippers for the tiny dog, and I have big clippers. Those are for my big dog. The next thing that I have for both of my dogs is a crate. We have a wire crate for both of our animals. We have a basically horse-sized crate for our boxer, and we have a small metal collapsible crate for our puppy Chihuahua. Now, when we had more dogs, we actually crated all of our dogs at night. Now that we are down to just one big dog and one little dog, the big dog sleeps in his area where he is safe, and I don't worry about him getting into things. He's very well behaved. He's older, like I said, so he no longer sleeps in a crate at night. However, if you have a young dog or a new dog, I highly recommend crate training them. It gives them a den, a safe space. It keeps them out of trouble. You are setting your dog up for success. The Chihuahua, we still crate her when we leave. Even if we go out into the cul-de-sac, honestly, I don't trust her. She will chew on something, try and find something to eat. It's just safer for her if she's in her crate when we cannot be with her. The next thing that we have for our dogs is little poo bags. These are biodegradable, and we take them with us. I usually just shove 1 or 2 in my pocket when we walk the dogs or when we're going somewhere where there's a chance that there could be a mess to clean up. Don't be one of those people that leaves your dog doo behind. It's just so gross. That's all I'll say about that. The next thing that we have for our dogs is a few dog toys. This is like one of the ways you can really blow your budget and just go out of control. We have a puppy, so we have a Nylabone shoe. She likes this one okay. This is the only one we have at this point. She didn't like the others, so that's one thing. And the others are these toys. This is what we have for both of our dogs. Like I said, the older dog, he doesn't play as much as he used to, but he still will give the little one a run for her money. I've got videos of it on our Instagram page, but they have this rope toy, pretty simple. They have this weasel. I'm not really sure what this is. It's still wet from when they were playing earlier. They love that. They play together with that. And then this underloved Kong toy, probably because it's darn near indestructible. So they much prefer the more destructible toys, let me tell you. If you have a dog that really gets into things, I might suggest a Kong toy, or the ones that are like an actual Kong, not just the Kong brand, but they're a round shaped cylinder thing. You can put some peanut butter or some treats in. It can keep your dog busy. My dogs don't really need or enjoy those, so we don't have them, but they're also great. The next thing that we have is not necessarily a requirement depending on where you live, but if you're in Florida, you won't need this, but we have a little dog sweater for our Chihuahua because she gets cold. Our boxer, he doesn't need a sweater. We're not in a place that's that cold where he would, but if you have a dog that doesn't have a lot of fur, then that might be something that you'd want to look into getting for them, especially if they spend a lot of time outdoors. The last thing that we have for our dogs is they each have a food bowl of their own, and there is a water bowl inside and a water bowl outside, so they have access to those no matter where they are. And now I'll go into a few of the things that we no longer buy for our pets. Now, this isn't necessarily, a minimalist effort. This is just things that we found we didn't need, and now we're kind of grateful for the space or, not having to keep up with purchasing them anymore. The first thing is specialty dog beds. They're really cute and they're, great, especially if you are trying to keep your pet off the furniture. But when we had 3 dogs, we kept our pet beds and we liked them because they were a designated spot for our pets to lay down. Now that our boxer's older, and he was sick earlier this year, I'm not going to give excuses, but we let him on the couch now. So that's where he sleeps most of the time. He also will, lay on the carpet, lay in the sun by the front door. He doesn't seem to miss his dog bed. He just likes to be where we are. So rather than dragging a dog bed from room to room, he doesn't have one. He sleeps on the couch, and our little dog, she sleeps in the bed with us, and they're happy there, and so we no longer own any dog beds. The last item that we no longer buy and haven't really bought in a long time would be dog treats. We found that they would upset our dog's stomach. It's kind of like switching up your dog's food all the time. They can add some extra weight to your dog if you're not careful. We don't like to feed our dog table scraps or things of that nature. We have a toddler, so he drops food, and our dogs are great about cleaning it up, but typically that's something that we try to avoid, especially our Chihuahua has a very sensitive stomach and cannot get any people food or she'll get sick. So we just avoid treats for, in part, that reason. Our dogs are actually quite well trained, but we find that they like, their dog food enough, so we can use that as a way to reward them, just giving them a piece as we reward them for their behavior or for learning a new trick, and it works great for us. All right, guys, so that's the whole list of items that we have for our dogs and the items that we no longer buy. If you have any recommendations for our viewers, items that you love or things that I left off, please leave them below in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and we hope to see you again next time. Bye, guys. The next thing on the leash.